Oh, man. I own a food truck in Massachusetts, so I follow you religiously. Love that. Love that. Yeah, you've been following me for a while. You've been following me for a while. I appreciate that. Gonna have some tough ice moving in there soon. Gonna be a little bit rough on the roads. I mean, it could be very rough on the roads and have some power issues in Massachusetts, especially central to western tomorrow. Weather Channel saying only winter weather advisory and not storm. Ooh. Grand Rapids, listen, you gotta ask a question. You can't just name drop cities. You have money, bro. Appreciate it. Look, Grand Rapids expecting 6 inches of snow on the expected totals. Okay. Listen, we've got tornadoes in Illinois. This is exactly what I was talking about, East Central Illinois. Were we not talking about this on the live earlier, guys? This was my spot I was very concerned with. We've got blizzards. Okay. Really quickly here. Okay. Let's zoom out. Let's zoom out. We've got a blizzard in the upper Midwest. We've got tornadoes in the Midwest / Ohio Valley. We've got flooding rains through Michigan. And we've got an ice storm in the Northeast. But other than that, how's everyone doing? Everyone having a good day? What a way to send off 2025. So, blizzard. Okay. Flooding. Okay. Tornado. Okay. Ice. Storm. Other than that, how's everyone doing? I mean, this is chaos. Okay. Not only that, I'm going to get into this quickly because we do have some damaging tornadoes. Okay. All right. It looks like some of our tornado warnings are winding down here. But let's get on to our local radar here. Not seeing much here. That's good. We do have a tornado warning. Okay. Meaning a observed tornado on the ground. This is moving east towards just south of Urbana towards Tuscola, Villa Grove, Tolano. I don't know how to pronounce that. Illinois. Not seeing a ton of rotation in this anymore, but be very careful. This is a QLCS quasi-linear convective system, and these can spin up. This is the exact timing I went over in my video, I believe, or no, in my live stream. East and location, East Central Illinois. This is exactly what we talked about with that SIGTOR parameter, that strong helicity, and it's happening. So keep alerts on out here, okay? But this tornado, again, Tuscola, Villa Grove, Broadlands, Tolano, whatever this is, Sadoros Pesitum. I'm pronouncing all these wrong. I get into a safe spot for a little bit. Interior of a room away from windows, bottom floor, basement. You know the deal. I don't see a ton of rotation in this. Let's watch. Still a little rotation in the cloud right there, okay? But we're not seeing a ton of rotation on the velocity, which is good. Let's move up a little bit to the north. Man, I rearranged the way my things are set up, and now my mic is in the way. I got to figure out this. I got to figure out a new mic setup. All right, moving a little bit north. Moving a little bit north. Another tornado warning. Radar indicate it. Let's take a look at this one. Do we have any rotation in here? We clearly have rotation in the clouds. Do we have any... There you go. There's a couplet right there. This is heading out towards the east, towards Beaverville. Pompano. That's how you pronounce it. Morocco. This is Illinois. Heading towards the Indiana border. Up towards It's just moving south of Kankakee now. I'm probably really butchering all these words. Just be careful if you're out in this region here, okay? There is a couplet with this one to the north, so I'm a little bit more concerned about this one. You can see that couplet there. We have some rotation. Radar indicated, not observed yet. Although this might have been coming off and on. We do have tornado watches. As you can see here, stretching all the way down to Paducah, Kentucky, out to Princeton, Kentucky, past Jasper, Indiana, almost out towards Columbus, Indiana, out towards Rochester, Indiana. Big tornado watch area here. That wasn't enough. Obviously, we've got some heavy snow. Did Kansas City actually see snow with this? Is anyone out here? Are you guys actually seeing any snow? Des Moines down through Kansas City. Is anyone? Okay, that picture's starting to look weird. Is anyone actually seeing snow in this band? This was a band that wasn't completely shown on the models. Pretty interesting. Snow on the ground in Kansas City, but it's not much. Still cool though, right? Because I don't think anyone had snow on the ground in Kansas City with this system. So that's pretty cool. Really whipping to the south there. Minneapolis, you got about 10 to 12 hours more of snow. The heaviest snow, maybe about 5 to 6 hours more of, and then you probably get 5 to 6 hours of lighter snow. We've got some snow moving through Eau Claire. You can see a little bit of a dry pocket through here, but we got snow transitioning, rain transitioning into snow, headed out towards soon in Green Bay and Oshkosh. We're going to get that transition probably in the next hour or two. And then really, really, really heavy blizzard-like or heavy snow and blizzard-like conditions moving into the UP of Michigan. Again, some flooding concerns through Michigan. And then this ice storm. Watch out up here. Specifically, I'm going to specifically, if you're in there, major ice potential. We could be seeing some big ice accumulations in here right now as well, but you're in Oshkosh. I'll get to questions in just a second, guys. Mods, thanks for always jumping on in the random times. Let's see. Why'd I just lose Oshkosh? There it is. Yeah. You should get a little bit of a transition into snow here soon. Hopefully you get, this is heavy, so if that transitions. You know what's crazy, guys? It's been snowing heavy where I am in Minneapolis since 9 a.m., so we're talking about 7 hours of heavy snow. There are areas in my front yard that have like 3 inches of snow, and there are areas in my backyard that have like a foot of snow because the wind has been blowing so hard. The snow is drifting like crazy. In our road out in front, the snow is going like this. Waves. And I know how this stuff works, but I've never watched a blizzard unfold throughout the whole thing because I haven't lived in an area that's had a blizzard. It's so weird seeing these waves in the snow where you're walking and you're like, there's no snow. And so there's parts of the road here where it's been snowing for 9 hours where there's no snow. There's portions where you got like 10 inches of snow on the ground. It's pretty crazy. Rochester, New York, expected snow totals potentially around 5 to 9 inches. You're going to be on a little bit of a sharp cutoff because of the lake effect there. Emmanuel, what's going on? What's going on? I appreciate the 3 new follows over there on TikTok. Appreciate you guys. Finally able to make a stream. Brandon, what's going on? This is like my 3rd stream of the day. We got the dream team on. What about a little below Albany? Expect it, not much. A dusting. Now, high end, how much could you get? If you get really lucky, maybe 1 inch to 2 inches if you get lucky here. Daughter's flight has been delayed at O'Hare since 1 p.m. How is it looking? Well, it's not looking that bad. It's not O'Hare that's the issue. Or that's been the issue since 1 p.m. It's, I think, probably wherever. I mean, you could have some winds out here, but it's probably wherever she's going. The weather's not too bad out here yet. It's going downhill now, but. Can you do Columbus, Indiana, please? Yeah, you guys are under a tornado watch. I was just looking at Columbus, Indiana. Where are you guys? I just saw you guys. There you are. You're actually just on the outskirts of the tornado watch. Hopefully, we get a little bit of a de-intensification in this. Oh. Mesoscale discussion. Areas affected: extreme southeast Missouri, southern and eastern Illinois, and western Indiana. The threat for occasional damaging gusts and tornadoes with embedded circulations will continue as storms consolidate and spread eastward across Illinois towards Indiana. So, yeah, Columbus, you're just outside this tornado watch, hoping the storms, they should de-intensify before they get to you, but we'll have to watch. Let me zoom back in, see what's going on in Minneapolis here real quick with our snow. Let's go into reflectivity. This is all snow, so I don't need to see the blues. Reflectivity, this is going to show me it a little bit better. Entering a little bit of a dry slot here. Still heavy snow. Now, this snow is going to begin to intensify and move down towards the Minneapolis region too. You can see what's happening here. Our snow's been moving like this all day. It's going to start to move like this as the low pressure wraps around. The low pressure moves up to the north, and then suddenly our winds begin to boom, push down, and we get a northwesterly wind. So you're seeing this kind of snow build up here. This is going to begin to push down to the south and east. Maybe a little bit into Mankato as well. Out towards Rochester. So still a significant amount of snowfall in the air. And again, you're going to have a lot of this transitioning down now to the south and east. So while our snow might slow in Minneapolis, we could be snowing for another 10 to 12 hours. So Cincinnati tonight. One second, guys. I mean, we'll see. There's a chance the severe threat transfers out a little bit east. As we get into the nighttime, though, your threat for severe weather is really going to reduce. So you may not see a ton of action in Cincinnati. Let me take a look at something real quick. Give me a second. Give me 1 second. Cincinnati, you're in that marginal later, so we'll watch that. Not in the tornado threat later, Cincinnati, but you could have some strong thunderstorms moving through pretty late. Maybe some strong wind and a little bit of hail. Is this music louder than normal? Hold up 1 second. All right. High in my town today was 40, and the low was also 40. Currently, it is 40. That's the most interesting thing I've heard all day, and I'm half serious. I remember. I mean, there's times where you pretty much stay the same exact temperature all day. I think this is the first time. Oh no, it's still snowing. I was gonna say this is the first. If you're wondering why I'm wearing overalls, it's because I've been out in and out of the snow. I was about to say this is the first time it hasn't been snowing in 7 hours here, but it's still snowing. I lied. Dude, I hope we get whiteout conditions tonight while I'm out plowing. Nate, you're crazy. Is Cincinnati expecting snow tomorrow? You know, there's a possibility of that. Give me a second here. I'm going to try to keep up the live radar here because I want to show you guys what's going on. But on my other screen here, I'm kind of looking at the latest updates so I can answer your questions about forecasts and stuff like that too. It is possible you get a little bit of snow into Cincinnati tomorrow. You're going to have a lot of cold air and maybe a little bit of lingering moisture. Really, the Euro right now likes that snow to stay to your north. By the way, the new Euro, again, puts snow down into Minneapolis, Milwaukee, Green Bay, Dubuque, Chicago, all these surrounding areas through there, really through central to southern Minnesota, eastern Iowa, central southern Wisconsin, northern Illinois, northern Indiana, Michigan. This is on New Year's Eve. Central to northern Ohio. I mean, so I'll show you this real quick. Potential New Year's Eve snow. There you go with the latest Euro. And then look at this as we get into on the latest Euro midnight. Hey, maybe you get lucky. You actually get a little bit of snow falling in Cincinnati. Light snow falling in Cincinnati New Year's Eve. And then you see the potential out here for January 1st. Maybe you get a little bit of light snow. Philly, Jersey, New York City. January 1st. Don't expect heavy snow. Maybe a little bit of light snow to start the year off. By the way, you know what? I have to show you guys this. Look at what the Euro does here. Remember we've been talking about moving forward? Look what the Euro does here. Chance for snow out east, mid-Atlantic New England. Look what's happening out here. Look at this snowstorm the Euro's seeing out here, January 8th. Remember we're talking about a collapsing jet end of the first week into the second week of January. Keep saying our snow chances are going to increase in the south. Look at the latest Euro. First of all, nor'easter opportunity. This would be feet of snow, the mid-Atlantic New England coast. And then we move ahead here. Look at the GFS. Look at the latest GFS. Let's go to the 12Z. 18Z is loading, but watch this. You don't want to look too far out in the models, but just to show you all the wackiness that's happening on the models as the jet collapses. You're seeing snow in interesting places here. So something to think about. Hey, Jazz. You're already part of the Climate Crew, but I appreciate you joining the Climate Crew. on YouTube. Jazz, I appreciate you. You're awesome. Puck, Eddie. Hey, Don, what's going on? Mama 3. My high was 69 degrees this morning, and it's 42. Yeah, oof, it's dropping. I was talking to my stepmom today, guys. I was talking to my stepmom today who lives in South Florida, near Fort Lauderdale. The temperature here was negative. The feels like was -3 here. The feels like where she was 85. I said, we almost have a 90-degree temperature difference. I said, it's like we're on different planets. But what's funny is, I'd say probably around 5 p.m., 6 p.m. tonight, we're going to have close, Minneapolis to Miami is going to have close to a 100-degree temperature difference in the apparent temperature feels like. It's going to feel like it is 100 degrees, 100 degrees warmer in South Florida than it is in Minneapolis. Not just Minneapolis, for a lot of people up in the Midwest. Even, places in Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Northeast, you're going to get cold too. We're going to have we're going to be seeing literally a difference in 80 to 100 degrees for us up in the north and then us down in the south. Now, the south does get cold tomorrow. Some much cooler air pushes into Florida tomorrow, but that's crazy. 100-degree difference. We're in the same country. We're on the same planet. Pretty wild. Any stuff for Tennessee anytime soon? West Tennessee, I was just showing you guys. The models are really giving us an opportunity for snow in the southern plains. They're giving us an opportunity for snow maybe even in the southeast, in the mid-Atlantic again. So we're seeing our jet on multiple models. We're seeing periods where our jet does this, where our jet does this, where our jet does this, and you're seeing the opportunity for snow in these areas. I'm not going to break down all the different opportunities right now. I'm trying to do live storm coverage. But yes, the opportunities for snow out here, well, I wouldn't even say that, because if you're watching the models, the opportunities for southern snow, I mean, look, it really feels like we're going to get some snow down here, maybe 1 or 2 snowstorms down here in January, just with this crazy setup we have. Anyways, tornado warning. Let me update you guys on this here. These people walking their dog in this blizzard. Still got, okay, tornado warning observed. All right. Let's look into this real quick. This is for southeastern Kankakee. Okay, you guys are going to make fun of me. Whatever. County, northeastern Illinois, northeastern Iroquois County. Oh my gosh, guys, help me. And east central Illinois, Newton County, and northwestern Indiana. You guys can see where this is. Morocco, Beaverville, Brook, okay, between eastern Illinois, western Indiana. Tornado warning. It's observed. Let's take a look really quickly at the velocities here. A little bit of spin. Not much there. Not a really tight couplet. But if you look here, you can see the rotation. Here's where it is. Yep, and the arrow's helping me there as well. And the arrow's correct. There's where it is. Okay, so take shelter if you're in the path of this thing, please. Bottom floor, basement, if you have one, away from windows. If you're really nervous, get in a bathtub. But interior of your home if you can. All right. Some severe weather down here to the south too. Obviously, strong winds, some hail potential. There we go. Strong. Here's all our snow falling out here. Still have this heavy snow mesoscale discussion from Rochester, Minnesota, all the way up through Eau Claire, all the way up to Boulder Junction. And ice moving into the northeast. Not fun stuff. My husband just asked if you're still weather reporting from the snowbank. No. First, my hands froze. And then me and my brother were actually sitting right on our patio. And I had turned my screens around here because right in front of me is my patio. And I turned my monitors around and we were watching the football game sitting on my patio with the blizzard and our snow stuff. And it was really fun. But no, but the reason we came inside is both of our toes started to freeze because we're like feeling, -6 degree feels like out here. And we both started to feel our toes falling off. So we decided it was best we come back inside. I said, okay, I'm going to hop on stream. The break in the snow, is that from drier air? What are we talking about? Around Minneapolis here? Yeah, cold, dry air pushing in here. But as the storm is still intensifying, our low is still deepening. So I think we are going to get a little bit of some more intensification in snow that's going to push through this area specifically, right? If we were to see where we are now, this is where we are right now. Our storm's been really moving like this. This stuff's going to begin to move in like this. So that's what we're talking about that's when we're talking about another 10 hours of snow. You get a lot of this stuff that's going to continue to funnel in. We'll see who gets this little dry pocket, but that might move to the northeast of Minneapolis. We'll have to see. We could end up in this area specifically still doing good as this snow begins to kind of move down into the southeast. This is what's going to happen over the next 8 hours. You're going to see this stuff move like this now, right? Instead of like this. It's going to begin to move down into the southeast. The problem is, we've received close to 5 to 6 inches in Minneapolis already. You might not believe that if you're in Minneapolis, because some areas looks like you've received an inch. It's because the wind blowing snow. That's what it does. You're going to have really strong, really big banks of snow. Some areas that look like they've only received a few inches. I've seen official airport reports over 5 inches to 6 inches already in Minneapolis. And again, we have maybe another 10 hours of snowfall. So yeah, the blowing snow is pretty wild. We got quite a bit here in Dodge Center, Minnesota already. Nice. Sioux City, Iowa. What we got? Anything else? Yeah, let me take a look at the latest national or probabilistic precipitation portal. Let me see if we got an update on this from the National Weather Service, just to try to give you a pretty accurate reading here. Sioux City. Oh, I went to Sioux Falls. Why am I so confused? Sioux City, probably not much more. Yeah, probably not. Super icy down here. This is an unbelievable setup with tornado warnings, blizzard warnings, ice storm warnings. I mean, guys, I can show you the more warnings here. Like, look at this. Let's go to our... They don't have an ice storm warning on right now? You can see, I mean, I can turn on winter storm warnings. Let's just turn on all of our winter warnings and see what's going on here. And just the warnings. And then severe. Yeah, I'm not going to turn on everything, but look at this. Craziness. Definitely want tornado warning, severe thunderstorm warning, flash flood warning. That's fine. Keep tornado watch on. Don't need all this. Blizzard warning. Well, we'll go back to that. We'll turn this stuff on later. Don't need all this on right now. Is there any extreme cold warning right now? There might be later on. Surprise no freeze warning. Wait. Surprise no freeze warning. Interesting. Clarksville, Tennessee. What about it? I keep seeing predictions of 6 to 7 inches for Maryland second week of January. Is that true? No one knows how much snow is going to fall in the second week of January, so I can't. I mean, no, that's not true. A prediction? There's definitely a nice setup for snow potentially in the Mid-Atlantic moving into the second week of January. So I do agree with that. Yes, but like no one should be predicting snow totals that far out. That's wild. I always say it. God himself doesn't even know how much snow is going to fall in Maryland that far out. Puck, Blaine, Big Bird, I appreciate you guys. Is Fort Wayne, Indiana going to get bad storms tonight? Keep your alerts on. If this is a threat level out of 5, I'd say it's between a 1 and a 2, not major. But there's a potential for some spin-ups, some strong wind, and some medium-sized hail. So I just keep your alerts on Fort Wayne. Don't expect anything too major, but you're gonna have a little bit of instability in that area. Iroquois. How do you pronounce that? Someone help me. Can you show us a picture of the snow? You want to see what's going on here? We had all our snow had basically melted. I mean, I had 3 inches of snow in my backyard this morning because it doesn't face the sun. But my front yard, all of this in my front yard was all melted. So this is all snow from today. We got about another, like I said, 8 to 10 hours of snow. This is all from today. So, again, though, this would look much higher if we didn't have snow drifts. So, you can see the wind blowing on the flag over there. But that's all from today so far. Why is my camera sideways? Do you guys see how red my face is? Oh my God, I have a goggle. Can you see my goggle line? I was wearing my goggles because it was really windy. This is just from the wind, the snow pelting my face from the wind. All right. Ear owl? Owl? Man. Iroquois. That's how we're gonna say it. Thank you. You're the best. -20 where I am at in Alaska. Really? Oh, can I see the temperatures up in Alaska? Come on. Where are you? I mean, wind chill for sure. -20 down here, but yeah, look at Alaska. Alaska's pretty cold. These are actual temperatures. These aren't wind chills. I mean, are we at -60-degree wind chills up there in Fairbanks? Like being 100%. Are we at like -60 wind chill in Fairbanks right now, guys? Whoa. That is wild. You got to be somewhere up there. Connor, I'm out. Got to get some rest before heading into tonight. Thanks for the updates. Of course, Nate. Appreciate you hopping in here and plowing the roads for everyone. All right. Let's see actually, let's take a look at our temperatures here. They're dropping pretty quickly. We've got single digits to negatives here. Got freezing temperatures here. Oh my gosh, look at this. This is wild. You go from 70 degrees in portions of Illinois. I mean, you drive up to almost Milwaukee and you're almost getting below freezing. We got this sharp, look at this sharp line right here moving through. This looked really impressive on the HRRR, by the way. I was looking at the HRRR, the way this cold air moves in. It's pretty wild. I want to show you guys that real quick, and I'll take more questions. And then we have more severe thunderstorm warnings, and I'm going to update you on that tornado warning again in a second. I did want to show you this really quickly. It was pretty impressive. Look at what happens on the HRRR. We have another severe thunderstorm warning. I'll talk about that in 3 seconds. Taking a look at the HRRR, what's happening with the temperatures. Watch this. That's not the HRRR. Take a look at this, guys. This is pretty crazy. Look at this line right here. Watch this. You want to know why you're getting flash freezing? Look at that boundary. Look at this here. We're talking about 70s here and 20s here. Like, we're talking about, we're talking about freezing right here and maybe 70 degrees in the same state. Look at this. Look at this cutoff. That is just insane. Let me go down to Mississippi. That is actually insane, right? Maybe Louisiana. Look at this, guys. Up here, getting close to 39 degrees. And then you're 70 here. This distance right here. Look at this cutoff. It's just crazy. Even this short distance, right? 50 to 70, a 20-degree difference. 20-degree difference right there. This is an insane cutoff. And now you got almost 70 degrees and freezing. This is right around freezing and 70 degrees in the same state in Louisiana. I was looking at this line earlier and I was like, this is really, really sharp. Look at that. And then you're all cold. Sorry, I thought that was interesting. I had to show you guys. Yeah, it's pretty nice trough. Now say Trafalgar. Go look at weather chat at the graphic I just posted. Ooh, let me do that. Weather talk. Look at that. 24-hour temperature change. This is for Oklahoma. Look at that. Some areas in Oklahoma in a span of 24 hours could see close to a... Oh, no. Some areas in Oklahoma could see close to a 55-degree temperature change in 24 hours. Almost seems fake. That's great. If you want to join my Discord, link is in the description of all my YouTube videos and YouTube lives. All right. That's pretty crazy. It was 70 degrees plus yesterday, and it snows today in central Kansas. Wild. I know, guys. Oh, let me update you on severe weather real quick. This is important. QLCS, we got another tornado warning, okay? Another tornado warning right here. Iroquois County in east central Illinois, southern Newton County. Benton County, southern Jasper County, Indiana. Benton County, Indiana. Southern Newton County, Indiana. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing tornadoes were located along a line extending from near Kentland and near Hoopeston, moving east at 50 miles per hour, okay? Fowler, Remington, Earl Park, Round Grove. Let me get into the radar here so I can take a better look at this. A little bit of rotation in here. Do we see any rotation on the reflectivity? That looks like our rotation right there. Right there. So, Earl Park and the surrounding regions, please get into a safe spot. This is moving out towards the east. Logansport, Deer Creek, Monticello, Lafayette. You guys are next. Just, I don't know if there's a tornado on the ground here. I believe this is radar indicated, but there could be. You see the rotation there. Still got this storm up here moving through Morocco out towards the east, making its way out towards Winnemac, Indiana, out towards Hagen Grove, Monticello. So all these areas out here, just pay attention. I believe the one up here is also radar indicated. No, this is observed. This is observed. Oh my God, please stop clicking on that stuff. Thank you. This is observed, and this is the rotation right in here. Not a super strong rotation. I'm going to look at the velocities real quick. So all right, so yeah, observed tornado in here, guys. Please take shelter. Better to be safe than sorry. Basement, away from windows. Inner portion of your house if you can. Down here, this looks like strong winds. So I'm guessing a lot of these down here are associated with strong winds. Tornado possible, tor possible, tor possible, all tor possible. Let's take a look at our reflectivity. Let's actually get a better radar down here. Here's our reflectivity. A little bit of rotation there. A little bit of rotation there. A little bit of rotation there. So Watson, Effingham, Charleston, and then moving out towards Highland and Rockville. Just be aware where we can get spin-ups up and down this line. There's a lot of vorticity in this QLCS band here, more than expected. So I just wanted to update you guys on that. This is moving out east. So western central Indiana, get ready. Western Kentucky, get ready. This is moving towards you. Up towards New York, we got some ice moving in. Again, southern Maine, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, upstate New York, that's the big target area, although we could be getting some big snow right now through portions of northern New Jersey, northeastern PA, and the Hudson Valley. Heavy snow still falling. Heavy snow, mesoscale discussion from Rochester, Minnesota, all the way up through Eagle River and Hurley and around Ashland, Wisconsin. But we have some really nice snow falling or beginning to move really close to Oshkosh and Green Bay. We'll get that transition soon enough. And then we take a look. Oh, my gosh, the wind is whipping outside. Holy crap. I'm in Minneapolis. What are our winds doing here? 1 second. Yeah, they're I promise you, we're getting wind gusts that are 40 to 50 miles per hour outside. This is a little bit low, though I believe this might just be sustained. Okay, anyways, moving to Minneapolis real quick. Let me just take a look at the radar. A little bit of a dry pocket. The wind is going crazy outside. Whoa, what the heck? All right, sorry, that's crazy. Okay, yeah, dry slot moving in here. Definitely a dry slot moving in here, but you're going to have a lot more moisture that's going to circle around and move through Minneapolis Metro and especially southeastern Minnesota. So snow for another 8 to 10 hours, like I said. And UP Michigan starting to get into some blizzard conditions. Yeah, that temperature change is currently happening in Oklahoma. Cedar Rapids, Iowa, please. 1 second. Cedar Rapids. You guys got a little bit of snow moving in here. The latest from the National Weather Service thinks how much more snow you could get. Maybe another inch of snow. Into Cedar Rapids, expect it. If you're lucky, maybe another 2 to 3 on the high end. Most likely an inch, 1 to 2 inches. Appreciate the follows, guys. Appreciate the subs. Thank you. KJ, what's going on? Will Marquette be hit? Are we talking about the UP of Michigan? Marquette? You guys could get 2 feet of snow. Yeah. Is that the Marquette you're talking about? It's so funny. It almost looks like I got a tan, but I'm just red from snow. How bad do you think Owensboro, Kentucky will be? Are we talking about for severe weather? The tail end of this thing, I'm not as worried about. But, you know, you could get a spin up down there, some hail and strong winds. I've always been more concerned, obviously, about east central Illinois and west central Indiana. Leo, what's popping? Wes, what's going on? I'm so distracted by what's going on outside of my window. Normally watch Matt, but his stuff is messed up. Oh, man, he was talking to me about that. And I feel bad. He messaged me at 10 a.m., Mesomat, oops, and said, are you busy? I need your help when you get a chance. And I said, free in 15 minutes. But I got home, and my kids were crazy, and then I live streamed, and I forgot to, he should have just called me. I would have answered my phone and remembered. His overlay, he uses Atmospheric X like I do, and his overlay stopped working. Here's the overlay. Let's actually do this. Here's the overlay we use. Boop. And then I actually want to do this. Pretty nice overlay, right? Tells you everything that's going on tornado-wise. You can see down at the bottom, it'll show you who's in a tornado watch, who's in a tornado warning, your most significant tornado threat over there on the... I actually changed this to winter storm and ice storm warnings because we're in winter, but actually I should put back my... I really should put back the tornado watches up there. Let me see something really quickly here. One second. Let me see something real quick here. Local widgets. Watchdog. Let's change this to tornado warning. Tornado warning 3 active. All right. Now let's change the top one to severe thunderstorm warning. I just got to type it in.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
Thunderstorm warning. Watch, and then it'll change and it'll tell us at the top. There you go. 5 severe thunderstorm warnings currently. 3 tornado warnings currently. Isn't technology crazy? All right. I know it snowed here for a bit today, but it melted immediately with all the warm weather in central Kansas. Any chance for a big snowstorm this winter? Again, moving into the second week of January, our jet collapses and you get a much better opportunity for southern snow from the central plains out towards the southeast. Three tornado warnings you see on your weather-wise? Yep. Yep, we just went over them. We can go over them again. Well, there's 2 ongoing tornado warnings. 1, 2. Here you go. I see 3 here, but where's the 3rd? Oh, okay, so they're doubled. Sometimes you get this where you get like a double tornado warning. They're in the same. They're the same exact tornado warning.
Has been updated.
See, it's here and here. They're the same tornado warning. They're just on top of each other. But again, here's this tornado warning. Jasper County, northwestern Indiana. Severe thunderstorms capable of producing isolated tornadoes were located along the line extending from Demotte, near Kentland, moving east at 60 miles per hour. These storms are moving pretty quickly, guys. So out towards Winnemac as well. Now, this is radar indicated, radar indicated. Luckily, they're both radar indicated right now, but we could get a spin up there. I've been talking about this. You can see the rotation in the clouds. There's the rotation on that one. There's the rotation on that one. There's actually 2 rotations on this one. There's another rotation there. So it doesn't mean there's a tornado on the ground, but it means there's definitely the possibility of it. So be careful out here. You guys are just on the edge of this tornado watch. You guys could get... There's a possibility of some spin-ups, small hail, strong winds as we get later into the evening, into the nighttime in your area. Lapel? Was that Lapel, Indiana? So keep your alerts on tonight. Definitely keep your alerts on tonight.
New information. This severe thunderstorm warning.
Tor possible. Cumberland, Illinois. Shelby, Illinois. Surrounding areas. Will there be more snow tonight in Kansas City? Likely not. No. Unfortunately. All right. Give me 1 second, guys.
A new severe thunderstorm warning.
Champaign, Illinois. Vermilion, Illinois. Tor possible strong winds. Thunderstorm warning there. Give me 1 second, guys. Yeah, actually, give me one second, guys. I'll continue to answer questions.
New information. This severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
Who?
New information. This severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
All right. I'm back. Western Lafayette, Indiana. Yeah, you guys have some rotating cells headed out towards your direction. I just stay updated. Severe thunderstorm warning headed your way. Definitely going to have some strong winds. Heavy downpours, brief heavy downpours, but could be a little spin up. Nothing right now on the radar, though, for you guys. So no tornado, no observed tornado on the ground. No tornado warning yet. What's southwestern Wisconsin looking like? Pretty dry, but getting cold. Getting very cold. Oshkosh and Green Bay, you guys just don't want to transition over in the snow, do you?
Severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
All right. New severe thunderstorm warning. Fun. Here's our current setup. We've got severe thunderstorm warnings, really, and tornado warnings, really, from northern, northeast, or really almost Valparaiso. Is that how you guys say it? Valparaiso? All the way down to Centralia, Illinois. Still just okay. We got an updated. We got a tornado. Okay, these are
A new severe thunderstorm
still radar
warning
indicated.
has been
Still
issued.
radar indicated. Let me just look at the velocities on this. Strong winds here, moving east with this tornado warning. East towards Maderryville. Not a ton of rotation on this. Strong winds though. This is a nice band right here as well. Pretty significant winds probably moving through here. It's complete I know what you're saying. In Faribault. Is it Faribault? Area in Minnesota. Is that how you pronounce that? I haven't lived in Minnesota that long. I feel like it's not pronounced Faribault, though. Yeah, you guys probably have some really gusty conditions down there. My guys, yes, third time today. Keeping the people updated. Third time stream today. Yeah, shorter streams. I'll probably stream for another 20 minutes here. What does severe weather look like in Dayton, Ohio? You got a little bit of a chance for some severe thunderstorms to move through later tonight into tomorrow morning, but most of it's gonna. The worst of the severe weather probably stays a little bit to your west and to your north. I would sleep with alerts on though, just in case out there. Indianapolis, Indiana. We've got a strong QLCS moving towards you. Some hail, strong winds, and a tornado are possible in that area over the next, really moving forward 2 to 3 hours. So Northwestern Connecticut. Northwestern Connecticut, we're going to have to really worry about ice with this system. Again, I would say northern Connecticut, most of the state of Massachusetts, southern Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, and portions of the Hudson Valley, and then upstate eastern New York. Really, we're worrying about ice. Potentially some major ice. And northwestern Connecticut, that's moving in very soon. Grand Rapids, Michigan. Latest from the National Weather Service. You guys are expected to potentially receive around 6 inches, maybe 7 inches of snow still in your area. Here's the most updated information from the National Weather Service. Let me get this one moment. Can I do my main screen here? Give me a second, guys. Let's do it like this. Maybe let's go satellite. Okay. So here's what's expected. Minneapolis, another 4 to 5 inches of snow still expected. You can see down here, Albert Lee, another 4 inches. Rochester, maybe another 5 inches of snow. Mason City, another 2.5. Decorah, another 3 inches of snow. Green Bay, 6 inches. Oshkosh, still 5 inches of snow. Grand Rapids, around 6. This is, you can see what's going on here. Snow over the next 72 hours. If you're in the dark blues, 3 to 4 inches. Light blues, we'll call it 1 to 4. Or sorry, 1 to 3. Once you get into the yellows, the dark blues can be close to 5 inches, 3 to 5 inches. Once you get into the yellows towards the orange, we're talking about 6 inches to a foot of snow. So this is the latest update, next 72 hours. High end, though, still possible to receive another 6 to 8 inches out in Minneapolis in certain areas. Same with southeastern Minnesota. Wisconsin looks pretty nice on the high end. If you can get high end, you can get even maybe a few inches into Chicago. We'll see. I think it's going to be tough. But southern Wisconsin and north, even southern Wisconsin, if you're on the high end, if you're lucky, you could see another 5 inches of snowfall. High end, Grand Rapids, 8 or 9 inches of snow. High end Columbus even sees snow. Dayton sees snow. Mansfield sees snow. Cleveland sees a lot. So high end gives a lot of people chances, but that's closer to a 10% chance on the high end. Yeah, secure your yard items in Indy. I agree. Get the stuff off your balcony if you're in an apartment. Anything from Binghamton, New York? Your weather's about to improve greatly in Binghamton, New York. Once this ice moves out, shouldn't be too bad. Love the show both here and on Talk. Peaches girl, I appreciate you. I do apologize, everyone, for all my weird hours lately. You know, the goal in 2026 is to be doing this full time, hopefully by the end of the year. And then once it's my full-time job, I can easily have a consistent schedule. How long is this in effect for in Indiana? Your tornado watch expires in 3 hours. That's where most of the bad weather should be out of your hair in about a little over 3 hours, maybe 3 to 4 hours. Things will get much, much, much better. Crazy. I just can't. This is just the craziest setup, guys. Tornado warnings, blizzard warnings, ice storm warnings.
Storm warning has been updated.
Cumberland, Illinois, surrounding areas, severe weather, new severe weather warning. With a tour possible. So we got wind advisories everywhere. That's what happens when you got a bomb cyclone. Category 2 hurricane over land, basically. Category 2 winter storm over land. Yeah, we can take a look. If you take a look at the wind advisories. Why isn't it showing it? Wind advisory, wind warnings. Where's my... Oh, there you go. Lots of wind advisories. Look at that. Everyone's under a wind advisory. Now, ask me why this area is not under a wind advisory. I can't tell you. Okay? I can't tell you. I can't tell you why that area isn't under a wind advisory. Just can't. I don't know. Don't ask me. Don't ask me. I understand this a little bit more. Mountains cut off some of the wind, but that down there, I don't know what this hole is. I don't know what this hole is in the wind advisory. All right.
New information. This tornado warning has been updated.
Updated tornado warning. What do we have? Still radar indicated. Moving out to the east, northeast at around 60 miles per hour. Towards Maderaville, Winamac, Francisville. Another radar indicated tornado. Moving to the east, northeast at about 50 miles per hour. Towards Monticello and Logansport. So, radar indicated. Not seeing it observed yet, but make sure you guys are in a safe spot. Or at least prepared to get in one, just in case. Yeah, I'm not going to throw every advisory. I actually try to keep any advisories or watches. The only really watches I put up on my maps usually is tornado watches because it's a more significant event, a tornado. I don't, advisories and watches, that doesn't mean that anything bad's happening. That means something bad could happen. Once you get into warnings, obviously you start to get events taking place. But I want people to be able to see what we're looking at here. And when you have all the watches, warnings, and advisories on, you can't see anything that's happening on the map. It's just covered in. You literally can't even see any city names. Not a notification for snow in Missouri? What? Yeah, a little bit of snow moving. I feel like this is a little bit better than expected. You can see this line of snow here beginning to tilt for this region. See what's going on here. In my area. Drying up a tiny bit. But this stuff is going to begin to head down to the southeast. That's why we're thinking another 5 inches, 4 inches. Possible through here. Maybe even down here in southeastern Minnesota. Is the line now in Indiana? Yeah, northwestern Indiana. It is in there. Moving towards South Bend very quickly. Yeah. It's going to be in Lafayette very soon. So you can see very close to moving into central Indiana as well.
New information. This severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
Just in case you can't tell, here's the Indiana border. Well, it is hard. It is a little. There it is. And here's our squall line. See? So beginning to move into northwestern Indiana, and then it's going to be moving into central and southern Indiana here very soon. Make sure we have on winter. We do want ice storm warnings on. Snow squall warnings on. Winter storm warning. We know who's in a winter storm warning. Blizzard warning. I mean, we kind of still know who's in a blizzard warning. Look what just showed up here, though. Ice storm warning, ice storm warning, ice storm warning. Vermont, New Hampshire, portions of upstate New York, ice storm warning. That is very, very dangerous. Heavy ice. We'll probably see some in the surrounding areas as well. Jenna, what's going on? How's Jackson, Missouri looking? Oh, you are in a little bit of a tornado watch there. You've got these... let's see. Maybe an hour and a half, these storms are going to be moving through your area. Velocity-wise, strong winds definitely associated with these. Don't see any rotation in these cells. I'm trying to watch the reflectivity too. A little rotation in this cell. Keep your alerts on. All of our warnings and the highest helicity and vorticity is clearly on the northern side of this, so I'm not overly concerned about Jackson, but you will have a brief period of strong winds and potentially small hail here in the next hour or two. It's going to be quick, though. We're not seeing a ton of rotation in our southern cells, which is good for you guys. Summit flu and naders, perfect. Lethal combination. That stinks. I think you'll be good on naders, though. I think you'll be good on naders. Weather Service in Huntsville issued a tornado warning because there was a rotation near. I know how to pronounce that, but I can't remember. Which Huntsville? Which Huntsville? No problem, Jenna. Anything in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin? You guys are real far down there, huh? In southeastern Wisconsin. You guys could get maybe if you guys are really lucky, you could end up with 3 or 4 inches of snow there. Probably going to be closer to an inch, but it's going to be a little bit. You're in a dry slot. You have to wait for all this stuff to move through, obviously.
New information.
Hey, T-Bone Deluxe 26. Join the Climate Crew. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Welcome to the Climate Crew. Don't forget to join the Discord. Link in the description of all my YouTube videos and lives. It's an awesome Discord. All of us are in there. It's a good time. I appreciate you. Number one, mommy. Appreciate you. Jordan, appreciate you. Any idea what band will hit Cincinnati area? I mean, this QLCS is going to move through Cincinnati later. It's going to be a little bit weaker as it gets out towards Cincinnati, so I'm not overly concerned. But gusty conditions, brief period of heavy downpours. I'm not really overly concerned about tornadoes in and around, really outside of this line to the east. So, really gusting conditions, just strong thunderstorms. I don't think it's going to be too severe for Cincinnati. How much does the metro area get? They're reporting close to 6 inches right now in Minneapolis Metro. That's fallen, with another 4 to 5 on the way. I know, for me, we've had about 6 inches so far. That's fallen where I am. 3 of that fell in like the first 3 hours. But with the wind, well, the wind's not really affecting totals, but we entered a little bit of a dry pocket. It's been off and on. There are areas in my front yard where there's like the snow's at like 8 to 10 inches, and there are areas where there's like a dusting of snow because the winds have been so bad. So some people might look outside and certain areas of your home or of your city or of your whatever town and around Minneapolis Metro and be like, it looks like we only got a few inches. That's what happens in blizzards, drifting snow. It's really hard to tell totals, so you have to go off what airports say. But yeah, reporting 5 to 6 inches in the Minneapolis Metro with another potentially 4 to 5 on the way. So 10 plus still on the table. End up with 10 plus, around 10 inches in Minneapolis. Some people are going to end up with more than that. Bowling Green, Kentucky. You guys could have a little bit of severe weather moving through late tonight, early into the morning. I have your weather alerts on overnight, but again, I think these storms de-intensify quite significantly before they get to Bowling Green. Same with Louisville, Kentucky. Yeah. All right, guys. Kids woke up from their nap. I got to hang out with them and help my wife cook some dinner. I appreciate all of you. No, I did 2 short streams, or I did like an hour stream, then a 30-minute stream, and another hour stream today. I'll have another video out tomorrow. I'll have live updates tomorrow. I actually have a ton to talk about in tomorrow's video now. These new, obviously, runs of the GFS and Euro are trying to put snow in the south, and I'm still trying to put a nor'easter in the mid-Atlantic. A lot of crazy stuff moving ahead. It's even looking colder than we originally predicted for the plains and east in January. So some fun stuff to talk about tomorrow. As well as there's going to be some snow falling through portions of the Midwest and Northeast on New Year's Eve. So we're going to talk about that tomorrow as well. I appreciate all of you very, very much, and I'll be back tomorrow. I'll be in my Discord for a little bit now, but I'll be back tomorrow. Videos, live updates. Everyone, have a fantastic day. And again, if you're in this area, central to western Indiana, eastern Illinois, western Kentucky, keep your alerts on. All right? Even as we get towards eastern Indiana, central Kentucky, keep your alerts on tonight. A little bit of bad weather moving through. Northeast, ice storm warning. Pay attention to that. Still a lot of snow to fall in eastern and southeastern Minneapolis, portions of Iowa, UP of Michigan, and west coast of Michigan. And then tomorrow, this is going to move, obviously, into northern Ohio, northwestern Pennsylvania, and then inner New England, lake effect snow. Everyone have a good day, and I will talk to you tomorrow.
A new
Peace.
severe thunderstorm warning